Quilts and the art of quilting have been enjoyed for generations. Hyderhangout, Quilt Fabric and More in downtown Cleveland is all things quilts and much more. Hyderhangout stocks a vast selection of beautiful fabrics from upholstery to evening wear and will special order hard-to-find items. Find all the accessories to make any project fun and easy. Hyderhangout offers expert instruction with classes for the beginner and the advanced. Ready to show your style? Get to Hyderhangout, Quilt Fabric and More, 219 First Street Northeast, downtown Cleveland.
Alrighty, let's try this again. Welcome back. It is now 10 after 9 on Monday morning.
If you hadn't said let's try this again, no one would have ever known.
That's okay.
I know.
We could take another. You want to take another break?
I'm just kidding.
Let's take another break. We'll start over again.
I did it 3 times one day just to get it right.
Oh, man.
You know, you could take another break and then bring Wendy in.
Wendy's not here yet. It's a figment of your imagination.
Oh, okay. I'm just...
It's a hologram.
All right, Susan, you're taking us to university today, right?
Well, it's Superior University, and it's about a year and a half long university, once a month. And it's starting over this week, Thursday evening, and this is course 101. They all come with a packet with information about threads and a shopping list of what you need. And
now, let me interrupt. Superior is the manufacturer of those threads. You've talked about them before, right?
Right.
And so this is their own little...
This is their own university.
Okay.
And it tells you about their threads. This has a little bit, and I'll go over this thread in a minute. And then it has the shopping list. And if you come to Hyderhangout, the things that are not in the pack, that comes with a bunch of stuff in it. This particular one comes with just this. Doesn't have any fabrics, but Hyderhangout will add the fabrics for your class. So you come for $16.95, you get an object after you're done, whatever the class happens to be, and we'll have a variety.
So for
show
only
you that.
$1,695. That's right.
I don't know. It's $16.95. Oh, $16.95.
Oh, so
I thought you were adding to how many classes there were and multiplying or something.
No, that's a deal.
But anyway, all these shopping lists, it tells you what you need to make the product, and they usually send the odd things. So this particular kit has the Razzle Dazzle thread, which I will tell you about in just a minute, and then it has whatever little pattern things you need. This is the stitches that we need to do this one. So this one, if you come Thursday, come about 5:30, so make sure I have enough kits. But Razzle Dazzle thread, and can we go here close?
We can.
There's 2 things I want to show you close.
Ooh, that is Razzly and Dazzly.
Yes.
That's the name of this video series. Susan has some Razzle Dazzle.
Probably. This is Razzle Dazzle thread, and it is a heavier thread. It's 100% polyester.
Stand them up on the table there. There you go.
There we go. And Ricky Timms, who, if anybody knows about famous quilters, is the designer of the thread. And I don't even remember what size the thread ends up being, but it's bigger than a 30. And what it is, it's for bobbin work. And bobbin work is where this, see that the Razzle Dazzle shiny stuff? Mm-hmm. This, you put your pattern on this side, sew from the top. So this is where the needle went. You put this in the bobbin. Now, a lot of people will be saying, oh, I got to get a second bobbin, because usually when you do bobbin work, you have to get a different bobbin with a different tension. But they have made this Razzle Dazzle so you don't have to change the tension in your bobbin. You only change the tension on the top of your machine. Which is, usually if there's people that do a lot of bobbin work, they'll have 2 bobbins, because you don't want to have to change the bobbin case tension all the time. So they'll have 2 bobbin cases. And they'll have one that's marked for bobbin work, and the tension on it is loosened some, because there's a little screw on there to do that. But this is a little trivet, and it has this product inside, so it's thick, and I'm going to hand you one, let you see this. And it comes in 2 colors, and it's Soft and Stable is what the name of the product is, by Annie's, and Annie's is a, I guess her first name is Annie, and she made a company that she made a few things, but it's about 1/4 inch thick, and it's got foam in it, and it stands up. So it's heavy duty. So it's good for purses, trivets, hot pads. This purse has it in it. So see how it's stiff? So if this fabric was just there, it wouldn't be, it had no body in it. So this is another neat product, and they send small pieces in, some of the ones that need this Soft and Stable. And I have the white on a big roll, 57 inches wide, and cut off however you need, and I have black in packages at the shop. But Razzle Dazzle is cool. You've got the trivets to see all the different patterns you can do. And what you do, I didn't trim my threads here, but what you do is you sew around, and at the end you leave a thread, and then you end up burying your thread in. But the Razzle Dazzle is really cool. This is the bobbin work. This one here is another, this is like 300 and something, 328. It's a little necklace thing. This is later on, like 1.5 years from now, or a year and something. But this is a little necklace, and the little threads right here, I don't think we can see it on there, can we?
Let's go over yonder way.
This is the, this particular one is couching. So what you do is you hold the thread on the top, and then, and this, the girl that did this is really kind of skilled on her patterns. But couching is what you do is you go from the top, put regular thread on, zigzag it, and put your thick thread inside the zigzag. So you have your thread and your zigzag, and you can hardly see the zigzag because you use a smaller thread to couch it, put it in there and hold it. And you can do that with ribbons too. But that's a neat little necklace thing that for dressy, and you could do it any color scheme you wanted and add any buttons you want. But that uses the Razzle Dazzle too. And that's fun. I love this thread. Of course, I like bling on all my stuff anyway. So there's those.
I do a lot of couching on Masters Weekend.
Couching on
Same kind of couching.
Funny. And their kit comes with a little necklace in it, or a chain in it, but she added her own beads. But it comes with a little chain to go there. So that's that one. The second one, which will be next month, and our schedule will be rearranged next month, because I told you the other day, Josh, that I'm going to Quilt Market. So we're going to try to teach me how to do Facebook Live for, I think I'll be here Monday, but I won't be here the Friday. So we're going to do Facebook Live from Quilt Market floor, which will be cool. But this one is one that we do, and it's an applique, and there's like 4 or 5 layers here, but it's not thick. Like somebody that usually uses this says, oh, it'll be real thick, because you usually have the fusible web, which we've talked about before, where you cut out each piece and it's got the paper and the thickness on it. But this is done with a thread that is fusible thread. You sew around the edge, so you sew around here on this one here, and then iron it down. And the only thing that you have left in here is a really thin thread-like sticky that is holding this down, so that all this, where there's, like 5 layers thick, has nothing but the fabric in it.
Right.
But if you use the fusible web, which we normally use, it'd be real thick and stiff.
Right.
But I love this one too. This is a really fun class. You get to cut these out, pick some of your own colors. If you come to class early enough, you can pick your own colors out. So you come 30 minutes early and pick colors yourself for your kit. and you learn how to do this, and your thread goes away, and you pull the top thread, which is a polyester invisible thread, and it just is gone. You take it, throw it in the trash or whatever, but then you do your zigzags around here. So that's a cute little wall hanging, door thing, whatever. But it's a way of learning about that particular thread.
Nice. And what is a spool of one of these Razzle Dazzles
The Razzle Dazzle,
roughly go for?
I think is $8.99, and it has, I forget how many yards, 110 yards, but that's because it's thicker thread.
Right.
Versus this, which is a 550 yard, and this is a sew fine is what they call it, and it sews in really nice. They have 3 sizes of the sew fine. They have a number 30, a number 40, and a number 50. Now you have to think backwards. 30 has less per spool than the 40 and the 50. The 50 is smaller, so, and I forgot the formula, and I keep trying to memorize it, but it goes by so many yards or so many meters per an amount of weight. So this 50 has, compared to 40 and 30, this has 50 yards compared to the 40 yards compared to the 30 yards in the same amount of weight.
Right.
So that's the smaller the number on thread, the bigger the thread. And this is so fine. I like this. I have used this in bobbins, even though if you get what they call a bobbin thread, you use a 70 to a 100 for the bobbin thread. But these are size 50. They're a 3-ply, and I love everything that Superior has made. Everything that Superior has made. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, the Razzle Dazzle comes in, where's my little thing over here? It tells me on here how many colors. Okay, 25 colors. It's an 8-weight polyester thread, so it's heavy, and they're not even calling it a number 30. They're just calling it 8-weight, which may be number 8. I'm not exactly positive on that. You could probably take a whole semester class in textiles university, and before you learned everything about threads. I've learned a whole lot over the last 10 years, but I'm the first to say I don't know everything.
Yeah.
But I know where to find it. So if you want to look it up, you can find it. So anyway, so fine, you use it, top stitch, piecing. So when piecing the things together, top stitch is where you sew on the top. This particular one over here is called an over-the-shoulder cell phone holder.
Nice.
Cute. A lot of the girls figured out when they made it exactly by the pattern in this that it doesn't fit their new phones because it was made when they're before the phones started growing up. So we have to adjust the pattern for you. But they figured a whole lot of different other things you could use it for. You ever have a purse? Well, you guys don't have purses, but you have all this stuff in your purse, and you're going somewhere, and you only need 2 things. A little checkbook and a little wallet would fit in here just fine. And
a pack of Marlboros would fit in there.
Pack of Marlboros. Well, I don't smoke, so I don't think about it.
The long ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long ones with cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or those,
Yeah.
what are
Black
those?
and Milds. They're the little slim packs, and your phone, and your checkbook.
Yeah. Okay.
My wife's birthday is coming up, and I can see this
Yeah, she likes the Black and Milds.
over-the-shoulder cell phone holder in her future. Honey, get ready.
Are you gonna make one? You see, the thing is about these, you can do whatever theme you want. And I do have do have team fabrics.
I'll have to check with her on
Just
what-
got some Florida
on what
Gator
theme that
stuff
she
in.
wants.
She probably want a team if you've got any with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Right.
I actually have some fleece with Delhart.
That'll work. Can you
Yeah.
make that out of fleece?
You could. You can make it any fabric you want to make.
All right, there's your birthday.
And see how stiff it is? That has the soft and stable in it again. So that keeps it.
She's going to be so excited.
This
Julia will want one
particular
when she sees
class,
it.
besides talking about This one didn't talk about the so fine because earlier on in the series it talked about the so fine, but they did put in here a really neat little thing that says, what do I do if my tension's all messed up?
Oh, like when you're bobbing.
Well, it's either the top or the bottom. Let me read these real quick. Help, I'm having a problem with breaking or puckering or looping or shredding, which is all
That's a lot of problems.
possibly tension problems. And then it talks on here, it could be, let me just read this one paragraph. There are many players in the perfect stitch game: the machine, the thread, the needle, the tension settings, the backing or the batting, the fabric, the thread path, the thread guides, speed, use of lubricants or adhesives, thread delivery system, even the weather.
The weather.
And then they tell you on here different things you can check if you're having these problems. I'm just going to go through them real quick. Thread quality and usage, and you can have thread that your machine will not get along with.
Well, the machines that you brought in the other day, the standard needle that comes in there, do you have to change it out to go to one of those Razzle Dazzle threads?
You need to make sure if you're trying to stitch with the Razzle Dazzle on the top, you have to have a very large needle so that the eye can go through. But yeah, you do need to change your needle according to whatever you use. Size, for instance, size 14 is recommended for medium to heavy threads. There's also the size 12. If your needle is new and you're shredding, you can change your needle because you could have a little burr or you may have hit it and dulled the end. And some size needles are too small for metallic threads. And I do have metallic threads here on this one. This is why I brought this one, is metallic threads. And they are sometimes hard to work with. And we're going to go over here. He's going to walk over here. And can you see the metallic threads? This one here is Razzle Dazzle, and I just used a hand needle and put those there. This here is a metallic thread, and I used it on the machine. You can get what they call a top stitch needle or a metallic needle, or you can use a regular one, but you need to make sure that check it first, because some regular needles just won't use the metallic because they are made with metal and they will shred easy. So there's that kind of thread. The other thing on here, your tension settings, and that could be a whole nother class, whole nother thing about going about fixing their tension. And it goes here, sensitive threads such as metallics need more care. The spools and cones are wound differently. So these are called spools. And they're wound to do with a straight or parallel wind so they can come off like this, right off the thing. The cones, which I didn't bring one, usually come so the thread will go off the top. And they're wound on there so that you use them correctly. So if you're putting a cone up here on your thing and trying to get it to work like these would, sometimes you have problems. The speed of the machines. If you're having threads break and you're trying to, so like I always do, everyone comes in and they're going, you're going 100 miles an hour. I always have it at high speed, push the pedal to the metal because I'm always trying to get another thing done. Sometimes you have to slow down. I had a project the other day that I had to go relatively slow. I had a knit fabric with a double needle, and I had to go relatively slow so it wouldn't skip a bunch of stitches. High sheen threads will not work well with adhesive sprays, so if you've got a quilt that you've sprayed and stuck the top and the bottom and you're putting a high sheen, which is, they have a Magnifico, which is real shiny. Sometimes it won't play well with the adhesive sprays. Some fabrics are more densely woven, others are less. So you always take a piece of test to make sure that everything's working right and fix it before you start sewing your project.
Nice. And real quick, I'm going to pop this up here. If you want some information about some of the products that Susan has shown, you can go to her website, hyderhangout.com. You can also take some of her classes. If you go to the Happenings tab, you can choose from classes or even go to calendar and see what she has going on. Or if you'd like to see a few more of the segments that she's done on this show, you can go to Hyderhangout YouTube videos, and there is a long, growing list of all kinds of videos that you can take a peek at. And also, I think that you have it on the homepage now, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if she put a link on there. I've got a girl that does this.
So if you go on the homepage, you got, there you go, watch our YouTube videos.
So
you
she's
can
got
check
some of
those
them
out
there, yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. And all these products that she's shown today can be found in her store, which is across the street from the Catch Restaurant on First Street and right next to Trailhead Bicycle Company.
Right.
Cool. And Friday,
Friday
any kind
we
of a
have
preview?
the state director of the Row by Row experience.
Row by Row experience?
Yes, and it's
Or also known as Robo-Row.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, he tried to spell that the other day. Anyway, we have her coming. She's going to tell us a little bit about what's happening with Row by Row this summer. There's a couple of neat things that are new to this year and actually new to my shop. And she will tell us about what's going on with Row by Row. And I'm getting my row just about finished, ready to publish. I always self-publish. Some people send them off and get them printed professionally. And then when they run out of patterns, they don't have any more. But I self-publish so I can make more. But it's a huge thing all over United States, Canada, and part of Europe. So that's let's listen to that TV show thing.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you, Susan, for coming in. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have a few more guests, and Wendy Benton has been patiently waiting to get on this show to tell us all about what's going on in Wendy's world. So stick with us, and we'll be right back.
Quilts and the art of quilting have been enjoyed for generations. Hyderhangout, Quilt Fabric and More in downtown Cleveland is all things quilts and much more. Hyderhangout stocks a vast selection of beautiful fabrics from upholstery to evening wear and will special order hard-to-find items. Find all the accessories to make any project fun and easy. Hyderhangout offers expert instruction with classes for the beginner and the advanced. Ready to show your style? Get to Hyderhangout, Quilt Fabric and More, 219 First Street Northeast, downtown Cleveland.